they still are 4 wide. Bubble gonna give a push. Fell forward is gonna clear him as he's gonna try it.
Spun through turn number 3 and 4. Bubbles spinning up the track. He saves it.
And there's Bubbles.
Spring is
Bubble
the
has a
flat.
flat
Bubble has a flat. Oh, he flips over. Bubbles on the side. Caution's out.
Just takes out a bunch of cars.
He's going up the corner. Here comes Carter. Carter with a huge run. Oh my gosh. Carter wins. Spring trying to get the lead apex.
Here's Spring! He's there! Spring!
What is happening?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for the 7th race of Season 5 of Bubbles Cup. You are joining us live from Chicagoland, and what a beautiful night we have here tonight. We are all lined up getting ready for green flag here at Chicagoland Speedway. I am your host, Agent JF, and I am joined today by Marcus and Little Man, as usual, the amazing trio bringing you this race. Little Man, how are you tonight?
I'm doing good. Glad to have qualifying over. Happy to have qualified 10th for the Bubble 325, so less stress on that end, and now we can just enjoy the Cup race tonight, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna discuss a little bit of 325 here in a second, but first I want to ask Marcus, how are you doing tonight, sir?
Doing great, running on a couple of hours of sleep, but this racing and hopefully the finish we're gonna get today for this race is gonna wake me up fully. So I'm excited and I'm ready.
All right, awesome. As you mentioned, we had Bubble 325 day 1 of qualifying earlier today, so make sure to check back on the live streams for Bubble Boy 05, sorry, Bubble Boy 05's channel, and check out the Bubble 325 day 1 of qualifying. We've got day 2 tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. Make sure to tune into that. As always, we've got Bubbles Cup Saturday nights. Usually the streams are starting at about 10:15 p.m. Eastern nowadays, with making the graphics and everything. And also, Bubbles been discussing streaming some Bennington live, so he wanted me to mention that here in the live stream. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because we could have some live streams of Bennington. But running through your grid very quickly now, because we're already starting to close up. We have Ford on pole, and the bonus points for Ford, that's 10 bonus points for Ford, putting it on pole. As we are going green this time, we're only going to really get through the first couple here, because they're already starting to pack up. It's Beast in second, and third we are going to have Deuce. Very strong qualifying from Deuce there. And finally we'll just look at the entire rest of the grid there. So it's Ford, Beast, Deuce, and Flix in the second row. Kai in a debut and the inside of Kimmy in that third row. Dido and then System. We've got PC and Billy making his Cup debut, starting 10th. Dim and Alex, who made his debut in Martinsville last time out, he starts 12th. Napa and Robloxian is going to round out your starting lineup here tonight. As we can take another very quick look at the points, Kimmy took the points lead, 928 points for Kimmy, ahead of Corey Wilson with 895, who has served his suspension today after the shenanigans at the end of the late model race. And it's Beast, a few about 100 points back. Then you've got Cut, Naba, and Blake, both almost 300 points behind Kimmy, who's in the lead. And that is your look pre-race. And we're already double file looking to come to the green here. Drivers are lined up, double file, out of 4. Here we go.
I don't think they're going to do it.
Oh,
I don't think so.
there it is, there it is, there it is.
Oh,
Green flag is out here at Chicagoland for the Wonder Bread 250.
Questionable.
I'm surprised they're going to send it with how antsy they were getting lined up, but here we go.
Oh, and it's Antsy back there right now.
Ah, there it is.
Man,
Where's
who
the
is
Beast
that?
Bay? It's Dim.
That is Dim in the back, but I think I think Beast may have gotten the lead here on Ford in the little bit of time that they had through the first corner.
Dim's still wrecking for 3 and 4. He's re-involving other cars in the wreck, going super fast through here. Man, I'm getting a lot of lag. Oh my gosh. These car just magically repaired and turned orange. That's how bad my lag was. I mean, you gotta watch that. That was like kind of awful. I sure hope that clears up very quickly because this is not good right now. Tell you what, if I keep lagging, this stream is about to get silly. I'm gonna stop taking it serious very quickly.
Well, Dim, to wreck on the first lap. I mean, we talked about it last week with Kimmy in Martinsville, but your entire approach to the race changes when you have an incident so early like this.
Yeah, we're starting to run out of time there, but I wanted to mention there's still 6 tire sets. You've got to make 6 tire sets last all 175 laps here. I wanted to ask you, Marcus, if you had a pick for the race win here tonight.
I think he's my guy almost every week, so I'm gonna go with Kimmy. I think that beautiful scheme will get in the victory lane finally. Hopefully.
Hello, man?
Well, I think if you have your bottom feeder tracks, this one's definitely a top feeder, so I have to narrow it down to the 2 guys that look really consistent on the top in qualifying, which would be Ford and Beast. I think they are in a different league tonight, running the top consistently. I think they'll be the fastest, so it might come down to one of them. And if you had to pick the more consistent one, I'd probably go with Ford, so I'll pick Ford tonight.
All right, I was gonna pick Ford, but you picked Ford, so I'm picking Beast.
We get the call green this time. This is another one of those tricky ones where the high side is really fast, but getting into the wall does wear down your tires faster. It's a 4% loss of tire percentage when you touch the wall. So you're really going to want to stay out of it because that could make the difference over the course of a run.
Yeah, definitely. And another thing about the as you go further in the tire stint, I wonder if the bottom or middle of the track becomes a little bit more viable, because it looked like the top was just a no-brainer to take the top if you can run it consistently on fresh tires. But maybe that changes as we get further in the stint, but I'm not sure. I never saw any practice for these guys.
And I heard a soundbite from Dim earlier practicing who said, "Tell Bubble these setups are trash and that you can only run the high side and you can't pass." So the setups have not been changed, and we'll see how that goes. As there is damage, is that PC back there?
Yeah, it is. Let's see what the call is on that. Maybe some argument going on between him and Dim.
That almost looks like a lag or something like that. This is his last car though.
Man,
I'm watching a slideshow over here. This is ridiculous. Oh my god.
not
Nope.
not the most exciting start to a race, but there is still 170 laps to go, so let's hope they can get it situated, because this is going to be a long one.
Yeah, tell me if the lag gets so bad that you're gonna keep joking around, because then I'm not gonna take it seriously either.
I'll be sure to let you know.
I hate that that's a problem, but this is generally the thing that you run into with Roblox racing, even on the racing side. The racing side and the streaming side, it's just with the architecture, I think, of the platform and what we try to do here, this is always something we're running up against, is having a smooth experience for everybody.
Green flag is out here. We are underway once again here at Chicagoland, beginning lap 5, and it's Beast leading from Ford, and then Deuce right there sitting in P3.
Takes it away, and He's gonna
Slide
job into him. Oh, and Beast is gonna take the lead off turn number 4.
Great switch back there from Beast. I think we're gonna see a lot of that when they try to vie for position.
We got a 3 wide back there, guys, for about 5th, it looks like.
Oh, 2 instances of 3 wide. I see Napa part of one right there, and that also looks like Kimmy part of a 3 wide situation. Side by side there, that's Dino on the bottom in the 45 car.
Oh, deuce in the wall.
Oh.
He's going to sit and duck here.
That's the second time he's done that.
Gonna let Flicks through it. It's still close up front, guys. Ford is looking for the move on Beast. And Beast is in the wall, and he basically came to a stop. He's getting to the bottom of the track. That's pretty good driving there for Beast. As we're side by side, Kimmy on the outside of Deuce looking for P3 now with that mistake from Beast.
You know, and Kimmy is not someone to just, you know, brush over as a non-contender. You know, Kimmy was Marcus's pick. He had a little bit of slower qualifying session, but he can definitely be consistent and start getting in a rhythm here. So he's definitely going to be up here.
Watch some live speeds here. I think we're getting up over 200 miles an hour going into turn 1.
Beast really in the middle of a war right now after that mistake, 3 wide. The system in Formula 1.
That really gave Ford a huge lead.
Ford, your last week's winner after a very, very controversial and just strange way to end a race, especially at Martinsville. But either way, he got the win, and he has a lot of steam coming into this race, and he's led most laps.
Wall, big time right there. System was ruffling some feathers in practice, so that's Deuce in the wall again. System going backwards in practice. A lot of shenanigans, wrecking some other guys that were trying to practice. So I know Alex, who's running P13 right now, right at the back, was not happy with System earlier.
Yeah, we might see some rule changes around that. I think is what the talk was. Because you definitely don't want to impede anybody during practice with the little time that some of the drivers get. Yeah, there's no space for that.
When we look on the inside of Flicks here, this is a battle for second place.
Yeah, he's feathering around 160 minimum speed there at the center of the corner, and it's going to be very hard to pull that move off if you're not sliding up in front of him. But it's also something that gets telegraphed pretty easily if you try to do the slide job, and then you see something like what Beast did earlier in the race and get that switchback on the exit. So it will be a tough pass for anybody that's pretty good on pace.
Oh!
And I think that's kind of what you have to do for Kimmy. You're kind of running about half a lane to a full lane underneath what Flicks is doing in front of you. And eventually, if you can get a good enough run, you have to slide up and pull the slide job early enough where you can get up high and to get the rotation on the exit as well.
Flicks had to pick up there and make it a little bit cleaner corner for Kimmy. He's also maximizing this front straightaway, just completely shortening the distance up. As Ford with the fastest lap out front right now at 28.829, a very quick pace from Ford.
He might have an opportunity here, Kimmy. He's close enough. I think you can go for the send. It's just a matter of getting up in front of him. Or maybe not. He may be trying to carry the speed around.
Oh, here we go. Looking for the late apex. Look at this. Trying to set up the late apex here off of 4 to get alongside for the front straightaway. But he's got good positioning, but he's got to take away that high side here in 1 and 2. He's got to get up there quick. He can't do it.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more convicted than that, but he is trying to play it safe so early in the race.
He did manage to kind of equalize the runs here. I think Flicks might have backed out. Flicks in the wall there for a second.
Barely slowed him down, though. He's still going to be there.
Yep. I think that's going to allow Dino and Kai back there. Kai in the 29 machine. They're going to be catching up to this top 2 as now Kimmy is clear out in second place. And he can try to put his head down and pull away from these guys right behind him.
There it is.
Without the mistake from Flicks, though, Kimmy would have had a much harder time getting around him. I think we'll see with some of the more consistent and faster drivers, you'll have to do this slide job. choice, I think.
Got a side-by-side battle right here. This is for P4. Between Kai and Dino. Dino's stuck on that bottom.
Oh, no,
really
Kimmy!
Yeah, Kimmy was fully in the wall there, but I think he'll be able to maintain his position here if he just keeps this clean in the 3-4. Flix is really going him here.
Already lost over 3.5 seconds to Ford out in front. That was a good corner there for Kimmy. Right up against the wall. There is wall proximity, so the closer you get to that wall, the more turning your car gets.
And can you explain a little bit about what's happening with the physics of wall proximity, what we're trying to imitate?
So in real life, your car has a little bit of a slip angle, and you can force a very, essentially you can imagine air going over and around the car. It obviously goes over the car, giving you downforce, but also goes off to the sides of the car, right? And so when you get really, really close to the wall, you're decreasing the volume. And one of you know, the laws of a gas, air is a gas, is that as you decrease volume, you increase pressure. So you're increasing the pressure of the air on the side of your car, between your car and the volume. So you'll hear drivers describe that as the bubble. You want to keep that bubble of air. It pushes you away from the wall. That's why you see some of these tracks, Chicagoland, Homestead, Kansas, they'll get right up against the wall, and Arlington especially as well. Like, I mean, it looks like they're just gliding along the wall. And it's such a cool effect, but it's actually easier to run like that than to run half a car length off, because that bubble of air just pushes them away from the wall. And the closer you get, the stronger that pressure is.
So as the force is pushing you away, you're able to keep a higher minimum speed.
Yeah, exactly. Once you've learned that that's there, you can drive it in a little bit deeper and trust that that pressure is going to push you away from the wall, and kind of balance it with the right amount of speed so that it just glides you around the entire corner. And when you do that in Roblox by having an invisible part on the right side of the car, imagine a ray. It's called a ray cast. A ray shooting out of the right side of the car on every single one of these cars, and it only reaches out, a lane or so. And if it senses a wall, then it will start adding some force to the side of the car to push it to the left. And the closer it senses the wall, the more force it adds. So very, very similar effect.
Got a big battle for third here, by the way. Flix kind of fell into the clutches of Formula 1 and Napa, and Napa's taking advantage of their battle.
Yeah, and I think that was 88 coming out of the pits there. That was Alex coming out of the pits. We saw him with a really early pit stop at Martinsville that really didn't help him at all. And we're seeing it again here.
I was going to say also, Dimhead came into pit road a lap earlier.
Oh, Napa in the wall right here, big time.
Oh!
And that's so frustrating when someone gets into the wall in front of you, because if you don't get low enough, you just go right to the back of them. But it will still hurt the tires for the guy that did hit the wall, so Napa will be suffering a little bit from that mistake.
I do want to say, Kimmy 2 seconds behind Ford that last lap. He has caught up 1.7 seconds in the last few laps here. So Kimmy's showing great pace. Not expecting that.
He's in the wall, though, a little bit there.
You just had to say something, Agent.
Yep, yes I did.
But that's the risk, though. I was going to say, as we were talking about the bubble effect on the side of the car as you get closer, the obvious risk is that the closer and closer you get, higher probability you have of hitting that wall and scrubbing your speed and hurting your tire wear. So it's a little bit of give and take there with the risk and reward of trying to run so close. The other thing is, and I'm not sure how powerful the dirty air may be, but if you're trying to follow the car in front of you and all of a sudden they take your line away and start to put a little bit of dirty air on your car as we come into the pits here, Kimmy, Formula 1 and Dyno. But as you follow the guy in front of you, if a little bit of dirty air starts to affect you and send you into the wall, that could really be killer as well. I didn't really consider that factor.
Yeah, dirty air can absolutely send you up into the wall. We kind of saw that earlier when Ford and Beast were very close to each other and fighting. Easier to see it then. As we see, Ford puts Kimmy a lap down. The Deuce also in pit lane here. Look over at the ticker on the left side of the screen, keep up with who's in the pits and who is not. Napa comes in, Beast comes in. It looks like Billy almost missed it coming into the pits as well. I saw that 22 machine shoot off to the side there.
And I think maybe Formula One had a way better stop than Kimi, or better entry. He's so much closer, I think, than what we saw at the beginning of the cycle.
And I think you can see the power of the undercut here. Alex is here fighting with these guys. I don't know if he's on the same lap as these guys, if he's a lap down from them.
Yeah, Ford is in, by the way. It looks like the rest of the field came in.
As look again, the undercut. Napa out well behind Kimi, Flix, and Formula One. And as you mentioned, Ford in the pits, so that gives Flix the lead right here. Waiting for Flix to come into the pits. Is he coming in right here? It's looking like it.
It's everyone.
So Ford had a pretty consistent stop. It looks like he's, pretty convincingly ahead of Kimi. And I think Kimi maybe did have some mistakes there on that cycle.
So now Ford keeps the lead, and he's got pressure tires for this next stint, and that's pretty optimal for Ford here.
So it looks like you're going for, what about, well, I mean, we pitted around lap 25, which would put you in a 7-stint schedule, wouldn't it? I mean, that's...
I want to make it longer.
Yeah, I'm surprised everyone went that early with a 6-tire set.
Well, the fact that everyone
Really
went that
busy.
early makes me think that it might not have been an option.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
Everyone's last pit lap. Kimi hitting 2 laps earlier ahead of Ford. So Dino was on the early side, 24. Him and Alex, as you mentioned, were at 20. Most of the rest of the field pitting on lap 27.
Yeah, I think if you go over lap 25, maybe you're a little bit more safe. But the guys that pulled the pretty aggressive undercut, I'm really worried for their ability to get to the end now, especially someone like Alex, who I just saw come off the wall, exit of 4. You can't afford to make any sort of mistake in the wall if you pit that early.
Well, I'm concerned because we had some time under yellow, and if you're doing 6 stops, you want to make it to lap 29 or 30. And even with some yellow flag, nobody made it that far.
Formula One has some good pace. He showed out in qualifying. I saw a couple of mistakes earlier coming out of the pits into the wall, and you never want to do that when you're just starting a new stint. But he is showing some talent here, and he's running pretty aggressively close to the wall.
Yeah, doing good at 29.0 that last lap. Second fastest car on track, only behind Ford, who's 2/10 ahead of the entire field. Insane pace there from Ford at 29.1 that time. See when Kimi crosses 29.2. Kai at 28.9. Kai has really got great pace there at P3.
Oh, coming into the wall.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't realize we were calling him Kai. Is he a new driver?
Yeah, brand
Yes. Debut, and he's doing amazing. Here he goes, past Kimi. On the outside, he's gonna keep it.
Nice. That's a clinical move. Capitalizing on the mistake of the guy in front. He doesn't have to pull any kind of risky slide job, just runs his line.
I mean, if you can make a pass and set a 28.9 lap time, that's about as good as it can get,
Right. Beast, as we thought, was going to be more of a contender than what he is right now. He's really trying to get out of the clutches of Alex and Deuce, which I didn't expect him to be battling with these guys, but here we are. He definitely has the pace, I think, to be up there with a Kimi and a Ford and maybe a Kai now. But I don't know. It hasn't gone his way early on.
Yeah, so I think Marcus reacted to Alex walling himself over Deuce, which is really frustrating for Deuce because Alex is a lap down to Deuce. And he's stuck fighting with him there.
I think that is why Beast has been held up so much, as Kai is having some problems. What is going on with him? He hit the wall, I think, and he's gonna lose 2 spots from that.
Now Napa looking to take away P2 on Kimmy.
Yeah, I'd love to see someone actually pull a slide drop and it work here. I don't think we've seen a successful one so far. We've seen a couple of switchbacks, and then the only other passes I think we've seen are people making mistakes in front, and someone just kind of flying around them on the exit. So it'd be interesting to see if Napa could really pull something off against Kimmy, who is surely to race him clean. Oh, he's into the back of him a little bit.
There it is. Side by side. No.
Oh, a little bit touch there.
Yeah, I think maybe not the cleanest slide job. He kind of ran into the rear on the entry, sent him wide, and then kind of used him up a little bit on the exit. I think Kimmy was pretty generous backing out. You know, not the cleanest, but it's a new kind of pass we've seen tonight. Oh, Kimmy was in the
on entry there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm starting to lag. Hold
Here it comes. Not gonna be able to.
Yep, no opportunity there for Kimmy, and that's Kai in the wall big time back there. He was closing back in, but
Yeah,
overstepped it.
I think maybe he was suffering a little bit from Kimmy and Napa being right up against the wall in front of him, and he just didn't have the car wasn't free enough. I think with two cars in front of him running the same line. If you're Ford, you love to see all of this. Sorry, go ahead, Marcus.
I was gonna say, he might have cursed Kai. We were talking so highly about it, and then a couple more problems. But going on with Ford, actually, I had something to say about that. He's just running a flawless race so far. Going amazing. Around 8 seconds away from second place. So this is shaping up to be his race.
Yeah, as I was going to say, you love to see everyone fighting behind you, and you can just run clean laps and continue to eke out a bigger and bigger gap and just run a comfortable race. But something crazy happens just about as if we have a caution, guys. As I was just about to say, something always crazy happens.
It's Alex in the backstretch.
Yep.
They just hit the wall, I think. It's
Flies by.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's so unfortunate when you're the guy that's, even if you're not first, if you're someone that's just having a quiet and consistent race, maybe somewhere in the top 3, you just can never count on things going smoothly in the race. And here you have Napa and Kimmy right on your bumper if you're forward, and that 8-second gap is nothing.
Not gonna lie, Alex has been struggling as he has a blown tire that shows, as he was kind of a roadblock to Beast's system a little bit and Deuce, so definitely probably not one you want to be behind, but it just not the best day for Alex.
Yeah, he's not gonna finish the race, guys. I mean, you going on to your third tire set here at lap 41.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of worried about everybody finishing this race. We've got to make it to lap 58 or 60. Really what you're looking at. That's kind of scary. Based on the last pit cycle, these guys are going to be pitting about 4 laps short of that, around lap 54. 50 to 54.
You know, if it got down to it, could race control give them one more tire set?
That is not something we are capable of doing. I think we'd sooner look at shortening the race or moving to a timed race finish. We've seen that be done before, but we're not really close on time at all. It looks like time-wise it'll finish perfectly in time.
Go.
Green flag is out once again. So we're completing lap 41. Ford leads us on to lap 42, ahead of Napa, Kimmy, Kai, Beast, Deuce, Flix, System, Robloxy, and Billy. Dim, Dino, PC as Napa full sending into
Oh!
Ford. He's pushing him up. Ford has to check up. Here comes Beast with a huge run. He's going to take it 3 wide down on the back straightaway.
Nope.
Oh, he had to
That's the
back
good
out of
thing.
it.
Yeah, I think he wisely backed out of that, but he's going to be under pressure now.
Napa's still working that low lane. Oh, Kimmy with a big run on the exit. Kimmy might have a shot at Ford up here. But Ford doesn't have cars underneath him. He can just pull away here.
Yeah. Let's see here. Napa's kind of washing up the track.
Kai's washing
He's
up the
gonna
track into Kimmy. Oh, I think Napa might have got pushed into the wall there by Flicks.
And this is dangerous if you're Ford. Now you've got Kimmy with no one side by side with him, and he's got real pace.
Backed up backstairs. Oh!
Going insane there for 4th and 5th, 6th place.
Napa is a locked-in battle with Beast right here, and they're 3 wide behind. That is Flicks for Bloxine and System in the middle. Deuce with the late apex. Looking to the bottom here.
That was a nice move by Deuce, but is he going to be able to hold it on the bottom? He's going to be fighting a lot of tight rotation here in the center.
Oh, he's up the track. All 3 cars up the track. Dino's swooping around the outside of Beast. He's got that spot further up the road.
By the way, Dim went into pits during all that melee, so he's just exited behind the field here.
All right, and that was a 25 lap stint for Dim, so he's way behind where they need to be to make it to the end here. As Dino looking for a switch back on Beast, who cleared himself up. Side by side here into 3, Dino on the inside, Beast on the outside.
Oh, Kai's going to look underneath Kimmy. Kimmy was a little bit wide on the exit.
Oh! There it is.
Oh, and Beast is sliding.
Guys, Beast is around. Can they stay out of him?
Oh, more contact. Oh, and that's damage for Beast. Caution is out. Oh, and Alex comes slamming into the back of Flicks, but they're all okay. As Billy was in the pits when that caution came out.
Wow.
That may have been a gift for Billy. I think it definitely was a gift for Dim.
Yeah, Ford is still flying around the track at full speed. Now we're slowing down.
I almost don't mind them. You know, the amount of times that people smack into the back of each other as you're slowing down the pacing, I think I might just keep it flat out for about half a lap. If you're in the lead, of course. I don't mean if you're behind someone. Yeah, that's something that hasn't really been cleaned up, I think. I mean, the more veteran drivers are a little bit better about it, but when we come down to pacing, some people turn on their pacing way too quick and the car comes down to halts. Other people are not slowing down quick enough. They're running into the back of each other. It becomes a little bit chaotic when you come down to pacing speed during cautions, and sometimes it can send people up into the wall, maybe not wreck them, but at the very least bring their tire life down. So you'd like to see some of that get cleaned up.
Well, Ford was given a drive-through penalty for apparently racing back to the line there. So,
Wow.
race control didn't like him still flying around the track at that speed.
Well, I feel like that's a little bit ridiculous. I mean, did we have any notice about that?
I mean, maybe they did, but I don't. From what I know, I don't think we heard it.
I mean, I hope that the drivers had noticed before the race began, because honestly, it's a smart move if you're in the lead, just to give yourself some space, not to race back, you know. Now, that's unfortunate, man, because Ford was dominating, and it seems, at least to us, with the limited knowledge we have, it seems he's arbitrarily been giving a DTP penalty, taken out of contention at least for now.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I imagine there'll be another caution to be able to be brought back into this race, but I mean, well, I know you don't lose a lap with the drive-through penalty. I think some drivers were testing that earlier today, and I overheard in a voice chat that someone said, "Oh, okay, so you don't lose a lap under a drive-through." So somebody was practicing that earlier. Somebody planning on getting some penalties, probably Dim.
Nope.
I feel like if you're the leader, you know how Bubble can be. You should just, like, why even, you should just do everything within reason. Like, just like slow down to like 170 and just like feather around. That way you still build a gap, but you're not full beans in forward coming to the line under caution.
Here we go.
Yeah, certainly you want to play it safe, but you know, again, I hate anything that smells like a little bit of arbitrariness from race control, something unpredictable that you can't control as a driver. That always is frustrating to look at. Guys are 3 wide, Kimmy in the wall.
Oh! In the back, Alex almost got picked up by Flicks. He kind of went up into the wall as everyone is in a line to train on that outside lane.
Bloxy and Ford serving drive-through penalty right in front of the pack. Pitting from the top lane there, that was scary. That's going to give Kai the lead ahead of Robloxian and Napa, who are side by side for second. And that's Dino right there in fourth, trying to take advantage.
I don't think any of these guys have the pace to really pull away, so I feel like this is going to be an all-out brawl.
Again, this is Kai's debut. This is his first time leading in a Bubbles Cut field. And honestly, he's partially pulling away.
I think Kimmy, Kai, and maybe Napa are about the only ones with the pace here to really pull away. Napa's finally cleared for Bloxy, and Kimmy is mired back in the pack, so great opportunity for Kai here as Napa entering super low. I wonder if he's lagging. Way up the track here.
I think he may have just been trying something different. It looked like it was intentional to run that low, but it's not a viable line. Not at all, as we saw right there. Kai's in the wall, though.
Oh, that's going to stack up.
And that's really what I mean by no one really having the pace up here to pull away. No one has the consistency and the pace that Ford had in the lead, so that's why you see 5 cars under a blanket right now. Hey, Dino in the wall, so they're going to trade another leader. Billy on the inside of Napa.
Yeah, Billy also in his debut. Billy here looking for a shot at the lead. Dim, you mentioned, is also on fresh tires.
But the fresh tires can't beat experience, so Napa's going to be right back in the lead.
Got more people in the pits here. There should be Kimmy and Deuce exiting the pits here soon. Yep, there's Kimmy out of the
Napa
pits.
makes a mistake. Napa makes a mistake, so we're going to trade again. And this is exactly what I meant, man.
Yep.
I mean,
yep.
Who knows what's going to happen right now?
Billy in the lead right now. Deuce is out of the pits. System and Beast both in the pits.
Any more here?
Maybe. No.
Not yet.
Yeah, like I said, this main pack was tracking for about lap 54. That would be this lap. They really need to make it to at least 58.
Yeah, that's a tall ask. With these guys battling for the lead, it's tough to take yourself out of the moment and just be consistent because you get so, passionate and full of fire to get that lead. But then you start running into the wall the further and further you sit in the corner, and then all of a sudden you're off schedule with your tires.
Flicks comes into the pits here.
Billy's not doing bad right now on these tires.
I don't know, really consistent from the top. I see someone else come diving down to the pits. That was Kai. Kai into the pits. Dino into the pits. He's gonna follow him in.
I was gonna say what
PT
Little
as well.
Man you said about tires. Billy pit.
Kai's running into the pit
Before
wall
the
in the
caution.
pits.
Oh.
Yeah.
Billy's on fresh tires. This is completely fresh. So that is the one way.
Oh.
And there's the speeding penalty. But that is the one reason that Billy is starting to pull away from Dim. But can he?
Yeah.
He's not gonna keep it into the wall. No.
Yeah, Billy and Dim were the ones that kind of lucked out with Beast's caution. So I think that's why we're seeing them kind of, make this lead pretty difficult to eat away at. But Kai was having something weird going on whenever you were in the middle of talking. Sorry about the interruption, but I saw him fly into the pit wall while he was just coming down, and maybe it was because he didn't hit the limiter and he was fighting some speed that is a little bit unnatural in the pits, but here he is serving the penalty.
Yep, Napa's in the pits as well. Now on the lap 58 here, this is kind of the lap where I think you can make it. You're back on schedule to make it to the end of this race. So now I'm a lot less worried, considering these guys just ran at 31 laps. They can make it. They can make it to the end now.
It'll be interesting to see what sort of advantage Billy and Dim retain if this thing were to go green, which I don't think that it is. But you know, if it happened to be going green, wouldn't these guys be sitting pretty with the opportunistic caution that they got?
I don't know if they were so early on the schedule. I think they're gonna run out of tire sets. It's a problem for them. Got a heating up battle back here with the Dino, Beast, Napa, and System.
Oh, System trying to look 3 wide there between Dino and Beast. That's not a
Watson
huge
comes
gap
down
there.
to the pits. I think these are all cars that have pit. Yes, they are. There's a big fight right now for P7 on track. And part of that battle that I think was for about 4th after everybody pits.
So on this schedule, it looks like Kimmy's the one in control. The outliers you have are Dim and Billy, but Kimmy, having lucked out with Ford getting that penalty, is now in control on the normal, I guess the grade A strategy or primary strategy.
Now Ford, who served that penalty, he's still hanging on that same set of tires. So Ford holding out on old tires right now after having to serve that drive-through penalty.
It's weird to see where he is. It says 4th, but he is on the opposite end of the track of Kimmy, I think, right now.
Yep. This has got to clear that pack behind. So it's after everybody makes their pit stop, kind of provisional P2 for Beast.
I mean, what tire set will Dim and Billy be getting onto when they do come in the pits?
I think they'd be going to tire set 4.
I think so, yeah.
These other guys just went on to tire set 3, and Billy and Dim got onto tire set 3 early. Around lap 45.
Yeah, so they need to extend this pretty far, it looks like.
Yeah, to make it to the end of the race.
And you've got Kimmy coming down with way fresher tires, who's going to get past Alex pretty convincingly. Yes, I know
if
Kimmy,
it does go green, they're gonna have to extend, every single event. As now Ford finally into the pits. That's the longest that we've seen. He pit from lap 27 to 65. Wow, that's a really far. Almost 40
So
laps.
we might have a problem.
Okay.
Oh.
It's looking like a lot of guys are not gonna finish the race on tires.
Yeah, we're keeping up with it. I see that.
It's like all sets are like 190 laps, I think. So
Yep,
it's
I'm
like
seeing that.
people are hitting the wall. So
Yeah,
we're
I'm
gonna
seeing
have DNFs in
Yep.
a little bit.
Yep, we were just talking about that. Billy and Dim are off strategy. They're probably not making it. Ford did a great job of extending that stint. He looks like he's going to be fine now. But a lot of this main pack is going to be okay. Those cars that pit around that 58, they're okay. The cars that pit before that, I'm a little bit worried.
And Dim just hit the wall, so that's not doing yourself any favors if you're on the alternate strategy right now. But even if they could make it, here's the thing: if you're Billy and Dim, even if you could make it, the amount of extending that you have to do with Kimmy and his pace, you're not going to be able to hold him back.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, that's what I was saying by you have to extend every single stint. Like, even if you can make it, you've got one free pit stop, but now every single stint, for the rest of the 108 laps remaining, you will be losing time. In the wall again. I mean, at this point, you're worried about just making it to the end of the race.
And that's not nothing, guys. I mean, that's 8% we've seen in about a lap and a half. 8% down on the life of Dim's fourth set, or about to be fourth set.
Yeah. On that third set right now. You know, you want to get that third set to. You want to get that third set to about like 87.
Yeah, and he's not even in. I mean, even though he is a full lap ahead, still, this is not looking good for him. I mean, how quickly they went by him, all these guys, Gimme Beast, Dino, and Napa. Yeah, it's not promising. He's coming down right now, I think. No, he just exited really low. That was weird.
I'm starting to think we may just see guys sit out there until they blow a tire, and that may cause cautions and throw wrenches in the plans of the other strategy. As Dino right on the back of Beast here, they've both caught back up to Kimmy. They've shown great pace right here.
Well, I think they definitely will have some blown tires, and you know that's going to bring Ford back in the conversation as well. I think.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Sure. Oh, Dimmin, finally.
And that's, you know, that's late. 15 laps short of them right now.
Yeah, let's see what Billy can do. I mean, he's been riding by himself, and I haven't seen him in the wall. I haven't seen a huge change in the gap to Kimmy behind him. So I think he's been keeping it clean for the most part. He just hit the wall right there, though. I may have jinxed him right there. He just hit it on entry one.
Dino using a Beast right here. This is full on track. They're really close to the back of Kimmy now.
Would passing really be needed right now?
Yeah, I mean, they're still gonna fight on track. They're trying to wrap their heads around the strategy, but they're still gonna be going at it. He's looking for position on Kimmy now, looking a lane lower, trying to find the rotation. Again, Napa using that 3 car to turn lower.
Napa.
Sorry, Dino in the 45 using that car.
Napa's back there, still trying to catch up to these guys as they're side by side, but Beast is gonna have that high lane run off the corner. It's gonna clear him, and then he might come for Kimmy. Kimmy gonna try to block. Beast to the outside, and he's gonna have it. Here's Dino.
Oh, Dino sends it to the inside. They've slowed each other up. Dino is gonna run into him. Oh, he has to check up.
Big System came down to the pits in the middle of that battle as well. Man, look how far back Dim is from this battle with Kimmy and Beast. And he was in the middle of some traffic. I think he still is.
Yeah.
He got past Flicks and System. Well, I mean, System went in the pits. But now he's got to get past Robloxian, and he's having to run off of the optimal line. So not shaping up well for him at the moment.
Beast has gone past Kimmy. Low man doing the classic distract the cameras so that we don't miss the pass.
I long for the day where we have a production team that's working the cameras and replays that we're all looking at together. That'll make things a lot more uniform.
Oh, we've got damage to that Billy out front. Yeah, Billy with damage out front.
Oh.
Did he blow the tire?
That might have been it.
blown the
With the
tire.
tire. Everyone's avoiding. Dino on the apron avoids it. And your leader blows a tire.
We knew it was gonna happen to someone, so it's so unfortunate that'll happen to Billy.
Yeah, guess who's back in the race though? Ford is back in it, which is, I'm kind of happy to see that. I mean, he was my pick, but also I wasn't too happy about the drive-through penalty. Well, it might be a game of Russian roulette, pulling the tires as far as you can in this race. So how many cars do you think we'll actually see cross the line at the end of this?
I think we're gonna see
7.
I was gonna say 6.
Oh, I like that number.
That's less than half the field, man. Yeah, that'd be bizarre.
We've already got what 4 or 5 cars on our last car. I'll be surprised
yeah.
if we see another natural incident that takes a few out. And then, I mean, that's looking rough for a lot of people, man. They've got to make it to 87 or 88.
Blown tires are gonna cause some wrecks here. That's what happened to Billy. Billy blew a right front and just went straight.
Yeah, we were watching that. I mean, these guys have to make it to lap 87 or 88 before the next pit stop. What are you hearing, Bubble? Is that even possible?
No, I think a lot of people are gonna end up out of the race. They're not gonna make it because they've been hitting the wall. And actually, Dim was warning them earlier in the race. They're like, you know, they were calculating it and found out, bro, if you don't hit the wall, you're good. But then everybody just keeps hitting the wall. So they like Dim calculated like mid stint the amount of times you could hit the wall and still be in the race. And people have just been not paying attention. So I actually think it's more on the drivers than the actual cars.
That's some Max Verstappen level calculating in the car while you're driving around to be able to see how many times, not only if you can make it, but to see how many times you can hit the wall and still make it. That is hilarious. But good to hear, though, that it will come down to driver error if you're not able to make it.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you can even hit the wall, you know, more times than you're allowed to. And extend later stints. I mean, we saw Ford pull almost a 40-lap stint out of the bag like crazy. So
that's right. So we know it's possible. We definitely have a benchmark of what you can do if you run consistent enough.
There we go. Over the green.
Just a reminder, the Beast is on his last car, so out of the contenders, you know, in my opinion, which would be Kimmy, Ford, and Beast, maybe you could throw some of these other guys in here. Beast is the one on his last car.
Yep, Bloxy gets squeezed there onto the apron. Dino looking for a spot on Kimmy to the inside. Dim slots back in a P5 right there. Oh, and Dim with extra rotation, driving down the track, using the apron.
Oh, Kimmy into the wall.
Billy's into the pits right here. I'm actually surprised that Billy made it around again. Oh, sorry, it's probably serving a drive for, I believe. Is he? What is he doing?
Well, I think he did have to come down to the pits during caution whenever Bubble came in here talking, and
yeah.
You know, I wonder if he's just serving a penalty there.
Well, that's a 1-lap penalty. It's not a drive-through, so I'm not sure what's happening there. I guess he just served a drive-through anyways.
Yep, on the radio saying he did. Oh, 3 wide.
I almost don't want to say anything about it. I was going to say something about Dim, but we're 3 wide here again, 4 wide.
4 wide with Dino with the middle right here.
Oh, this ain't going in well.
Oh, look at Deuce trying to stick it in the middle.
Oh, man, here comes Kai with the run.
Bottom.
Hey, but look at the straightaway, or the first place that's Dim taking the lead.
I wonder if there's a mistake.
There's a lot of things happening.
Sending the bottom of the track, Alex and Dino were.
Yep, and Deuce was able to kind of take advantage there. He gave the bump to the back of the 88 car.
It's stuck up right there, just in that middle of the storm.
You would think we'd see the level of aggression.
Oh,
down.
Alex and Robloxian in the wall big time. They probably just lost 8%.
It's become all-out war, which I wouldn't have expected, having, you know, so much worry about the tire life, but people are flying to the bottom of the track to try to full send each other.
Yeah, insane. Here comes System. Trying to take Ford 3 wide. Ford is not letting it happen. side by side with Kimmy right here, and you see he's running up the track. Is that Kimmy in the wall?
Ah.
More tire life just down the drain.
And no mercy from any of these guys, especially Deuce and System. They just keep trying.
Maybe the next victim here. Deuce, actually a very nice pass there from Deuce. He kind of
He's
feinted the slide job and just made the bottom stick, and then got the pass down on Beast. He was very slow right here. Maybe into the pits is Beast.
with Kimmy too.
Yeah, so Beast and Kimmy both into the pits here. A little bit on the early side. I want to see 2 or 3 more laps. Oh, his system into the wall with Ford.
Yeah.
Ford had to slam on the brakes to not get turned into the wall. That was really good by Ford to not get damaged right there.
If you're race control, I think you also have to start looking at the amount of walling and the aggressive driving that's happening, because you basically solidify someone's into the race if you hit them into the wall too many times.
Yeah. I remember Bubble gave us a quote the other day that said, he essentially said, walling somebody now is worse than wrecking them because of the tire life.
Yeah, that's right. Because if you wreck someone, you know, you get another car. But that tire life, you're not getting back. You have to treat your tire life like you're investing in the extension of this next set. You know, you're trying to invest in the amount of tire life for the set that you're about to go on. So it's not, the losses are not always realized until you get to the next cycle, and then you're trying to run a way longer stint than you expected.
Yeah. Well, we've got, let's see here, we've got about 8 cars who are on schedule right now. 9 cars, I believe. No, Alex, I think, has had to take an extra set, so I think we're actually still on 8 cars on schedule right now. Oh, it's, guys, yep, I just watched System just wreck himself on the front end of Ford.
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit of tire life for Ford, but yeah, I mean, System's going to be on his last car, I think, if he wasn't already.
System. Did Ford have anything to do with it?
Yeah, Ford was on his outside and System just cleared himself and just put himself in the wall and wrecked himself, basically. I'm going to pull up the replay here because that's kind of the first incident I've actually had a good view of. So we're going to watch the replay here. In the center of the corner here, that System on the inside, he just runs him up the track completely into the wall. I mean, he just runs forward like he's not there, even though they're almost wheel to wheel exactly. And that's damage for System. Pretty straightforward to me.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like 2 cars fighting for one space of the track. It was more like System just drove into the wall.
I think they're having a little bit of beef a little bit. They ran Ford kind of ran him up when he sent it in a little too much on turn 2, and then now turn 4, System ran up into Ford. So not happy with each other, I'm guessing.
The System is also the one, I think, that we were talking about controversy and practice wrecking on purpose.
Yeah.
And not suggesting that he was wrecking on purpose there, obviously, because he was the loser and all that. But if there was some roughing up going on a little bit before, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. That may have inclined him to use up Ford on the exit.
As right now, I want to just give a little reminder. Tomorrow is Bubble's 325 qualifying day number 2. Just keep that in mind.
Marcus, are you
Yeah, our
commentating
very
that?
own agent going for the pole.
Yep. Put it in P4 today. I think I've got a good shot for pole. I've had a few really, really clean runs in the practice game. I'm not going to give exact numbers, but I will say they were faster than anything we saw from day 1, above 232. And I think there's a chance. There's a chance I could be collecting my second double 325 pole. I would really like it.
That is that 2AST, so stay tuned for that. Not stay tuned for that. Actually, go to sleep and then you wake up. And
Stay tuned for that would be a small ask.
Oh man, that's that'd be something. That now bump day is at 2 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Bump
That's
day
what I'm
is
excited
first.
for.
Yeah, me too. They've got
The 2
lane
lanes is
2,
gonna be
it's
interesting.
lane 1. I've got it scripted into the game, so it will automatically keep or delete your time. I'm really excited about this year's Bump 25 qualifying, having it automated and working on a ticker first time. But we're green here for Chicagoland tonight, beginning lap 91. I expect to see a lot of cars pit when we come through 3 and 4. Ty jumped on the back right away.
Out of that.
I guess that is about the schedule we were laying out earlier.
And look how tight Napa is. I think we're gonna see a lot of cars pit right here. Let's watch very
Deuce
carefully.
Really, Deuce right on the back of them, looking inside.
I think Dino's
don't
trying
wanna
to
mess
pit
this up.
here. He is Dino in the pits, and it's Dino with a blown tire. Robloxian's in the
Wide,
pits.
wide.
Oh my gosh,
Wide,
that's
oh my
Alex right in the
goodness.
middle.
Oh, that hit a bump right in front of Kimmy, but he's gathered it up.
Napa got some great rotation. Here comes Beast up the middle. Oh, contact with Alex. Alex just pushes him down into Napa.
We're going to see a battle for the lead here, guys. Flix is going to try to center it on Ford. Dim is under pressure from both of them. Ford rolling in the middle of the corner here.
Ford's a little high here.
Ah, I don't know if he hit that.
I think he kept it off. Yeah, he
I
may have
think
kept
so
it off.
too.
So that was Napa
the
in the
exit
pits
speed
back
wasn't
there. Napa in the pits back there. On exit, it's Kai, Robloxian, Dino, and PC.
They're going to be tight.
Here
Ford's
comes
coming.
Ford.
They're going to be tight.
Oh, all the way to the bottom. No, he has to push him.
Oh!
Dim
They're
not happy
pushing
with
each
Flix
other.
right now.
Well, they just opened the door for Ford on the outside, but they're sending the
Ford
corner.
can't get there.
He's got to
Oh,
switch
Ford
it back
is
to
going to
the middle. Here comes Ford in the 20 car. Oh, he can't get to the outside of Flix, though.
Yeah, he might be there. He is there. Dude, I thought Ford was going to get slowed up by Dim coming up right in front of him.
There's
He's
Dim!
sending it back. He's going to be
Oh
tight. He's going
my!
to be tight.
Oh, he's running him up the track.
He's in the
And he
wall.
roared him.
no.
Oh, that's awful.
No.
Dim completely took Ford out of the contention for the leader for first place right there. I was going to say, though, Ford, I thought was going to get slowed.
Oh, contact and that's Billy out of the race.
He's out of the race.
And it was gonna happen, man. They just kept sending the corners over and over again into the cars on the outside. And eventually the cars just didn't line up right, and there you go.
There's so much happening, man. Boy, you know, the sled jobs, eventually you take that risk. If it's not completely calculated and someone's just hanging there on your left rear, that's the sort of thing that happens. The thing I was going to mention about Ford, though, which is so hard to get out with all the action going on, I thought he was going to get slowed up by Dim watching up the track right in front of him, but he wisely got out of the throttle and just kind of sneaked up the middle there and got the switch back on Dim and started fighting for the lead. But then, of course, Dim, the full send back into the next corner, took him out.
Pulling up a replay here of what just happened. You see 1 and 2. Billy's on the bottom. Dim trying to block. I think Billy enters super low. He's sliding way up the track. Dim pushes Deuce back down, and they just all come together right there in 3 and 4. And I gotta say, that was pretty poor from Dim with Ford there. I was not a fan of that at all.
Man, this is worse than racing back to the line if you're Ford. I think this stuff should start being penalized because you're guaranteeing people's inability to finish the race by walling them like that.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that he hasn't gotten one because he's already done a lot, as you guys said. So I would hope to expect a penalty for Dim in the next couple of laps, but
Yeah, I really hope Bubble gets back in here so we can talk to that guy.
that guy that's controlling the race right
Look,
now.
look, at least we're not having to deal with all this while he's driving 20 seconds in the lead, bro.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, also I want to say this. It was honestly a decent race for Billy's first time, his debut.
Oh, yeah.
So it sucks that I had to be cut short from just that problem. I think people need to be playing it more safe, as I think we got half of the field who still needs to pit. So we'll see how and when that goes as they get ready to the restart zone for the green.
He's our first car out, Billy, but I think they're going to start dropping like flies, guys. The amount of uppercuts and haymakers we're seeing.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, Beast with a nice switchback there on Kimmy. But he walls him! Oh, and it's a right hook into the jaw!
So early.
He's done that. He's done that before, and race control never likes it. Deuce sliding through the grass. What a great save for Deuce.
Hey,
that is amazing. That is amazing from Deuce. Yeah, that's a good catch on Deuce. Beast, it was looking so beautiful until he just didn't give Kimmy the space on the exit. But then the jump, man.
Gosh,
Okay, two
man.
things in the jump. The jump power has got to be off. Okay, we never get that right. But also, there's got to be a penalty for Beast. He's a person sitting in the middle of the track with cars flying at full speed.
Yeah, and I know race control will. I know Bubble cannot stand it when people jump out of their car while they're crashing. And I expect to see it. He had disqualification immediately, so you see him on the ticker being reordered behind Billy, disqualified from the race.
and
Yeah, Beast was on his last car, so it was going to be a DNF, but because of the jump, there's no points for him now, right?
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, Beast sits third at points. Corey isn't here. He has to serve a suspension. Beast is going to jump into second in points, and he just finishes the race. He's only 60 points behind Corey, and he just throws it all away in the heat of the moment.
yeah, he shouldn't have done that. I mean, it was mostly on him too. You can't just run up someone and then with the tires that you have too, you're not gonna make that corner
And I
side
mean,
by side and on the low lane.
If you're Kimmy and your two championship rivals just took each other 0 points, like 0 points for this weekend, oh my gosh, man! And you've got
Stay.
300, you've got 300 points back to the next car behind you. I mean, Kimmy is chilling with the championship right now.
Yeah, you just ride around at this point. Don't kill your tires. Ride around. Let everybody die around you.
I mean,
But he's in
even
third.
if you DNF, just don't do something stupid to get disqualified. You're still getting at least 100 points.
Yeah. Yeah, because this isn't. This
Oh,
isn't
and Flicks
graded
is
on-
slow.
This
And
is not
Dim
on
is
the
gonna
point
put him
scale.
into the wall. Yay! Woo! Dim is sliding!
Pull together, let's see a
Woo!
little move. There we go. There we go. Nice save, Dim.
Let's talk about Napa to the lead, as Flix is still trying to fight for it. As
Somebody
Dim
shot up
needs
the track
to be
there.
penalized.
Oh!
and
Contact.
Dim
The system.
I think he was trying to
save
come
it.
down to the pits.
Is he gonna save it? He's really trying to get rear end damage down there in the tri-oval.
Oh my gosh, he's got a lockdown. System
Yep.
is on his last car. That
Oh
could've
no!
been
Kimmy!
the case.
Kimmy!
Kimmy saves
Oh, he
it.
saved
They're
it.
okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh
Just
my
wow.
gosh.
Yeah, there's a ton of that, a ton of stuff going on right now. Dude, what a save from Dim earlier. I mean, that could have been the end of the race for Dim, guys, by the way. Remember, he's on his last car.
Yep.
System was on his last car.
Forward into the pits there. He's exiting pits.
I think System was trying to come down to the pits,
I
wasn't he?
agree.
And
I
that's
agree.
why he-
I think so. I was completely frozen. I was watching a slideshow 5 frames per second again out of turn 2. But it kind of looked to me like maybe miscommunication coming to the pits. Says Kai in the wall right there, and Kimmy to the inside. He's gonna get Kai and looking for it on Flicks. He's gonna get alongside Dino. A great set of corners there for Kimmy. I mean, 3 cars.
I want to say, you go.
No, well, I was just going to say, Kimmy's doing the right thing being on the inside of someone, not going all the way down the bottom. You just can't get the rotation there. So you'll see him just kind of sit around the middle of the track. I know he's not going to wall him, but you just don't go to the bottom.
Oh, but he's
you know
getting
for
pushed
sure
into
you'll
him.
wash up.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, don't
Flicks
get
is
shoved.
pushing him up though. Oh, sideways for
Oh.
Alex. Flicks across the grass. Kimmy gets a push from Kai, and Kimmy ends up the best out of that.
I was gonna say, a lap ago, System had went into pit with a blown tire, so he definitely ran his tires down. As what's the set count? most of these drivers.
I think they're on their fourth set here. Did you see that pit stop for 87, 88? I completely lost track of all the craziness going on.
I think everyone was coming down to the pits into the 90s after that other caution.
Gotcha.
Dino challenging Kimmy right now.
Well, next pit lap is probably about 117 is what we're looking at.
Nice little push from Kai in the back of Kimmy there. Helps him clear Dino. Now Kai is going to go after it. So you can, kind of stick with the car on your outside a little bit, but you're not going to do it on the bottom of the track. You've got to be middle to about one lane below the guy in front.
Oh, Napa with a big mistake there. Kai to the outside of Kimmy. Oh, Kimmy left the space because he knows how to drive the car.
Say, little man, sorry, you kind of got cut off there.
No, I think it was just about kind of where you position your car if you're on the inside. You can't do it on the bottom of the track, but you can do it maybe if you're half a lane to a full lane underneath if you're following. But if you're side by side, it's got to be middle of the track. You can't go
Yeah, it seems Robloxy kind of trying that right here. Running in the middle of the track. He's going to run into the side of Napa here. Napa in the wall. Contact. Here comes Kai. Looking for a gap. There's not really one. He's going to go to the high side. Oh, and he's going to put him 3 wide in the middle right here. Gave Robloxy some rotation as we're 3 wide for the lead. Down the back straightaway and into 3. Oh, Napa looking for a big switchback, but he gets caught on Robloxian.
Ford would have come down to the, I can't remember exactly when he came to the pits, but he would have come down at one point.
Yeah, Ford pit more on the recent side. I think he extended a long time because he was way past everybody else. So I think Ford is on his 4th set.
He's sitting really pretty.
He may be able to shave a pit stop off of this thing, which would be really incredible considering how much we've talked about the tires. Half the people blow tire in DNF, and Ford shaves a pit stop off. That would just be insane racecraft and awareness and every possible stat you could think of.
I was gonna say,
yeah, go ahead.
The pit stop. Most drivers already pit like in between 92 to 97. Ford and System are the only ones as of right now to pit above 100. Kimmy and Dim have yet to come into pits on very, very worn out tires.
Dino close to Kimmy right there.
Yeah, Dino's been right on the edge with Kimmy, but he hasn't put him in the wall, I don't think. He's been pretty cordial with him. I was just going to say, I'm so impressed with the level-headedness of Ford in every series, but for him to be as young as he is and have the pace that he does, but just be a smart driver, it's pretty awesome to see.
Oh, Napa looking for a 3 wide on the bottom. Yeah, Kimmy comes into the pits here.
3 wide. Oh.
I think Kimmy can do it on one more stop. He has to extend that stint. He has to be perfect, but one more stop could do it for Kimmy.
So Kimmy go into his 5th set then?
I think so. He actually, yeah, that should be going to his 5th, I believe.
And he should be able to do that, given what we saw from Ford. It should be pretty comfortable, I think, for him. Assuming, of course, he runs some consistent laps. Ford with the fastest lap. He pulled up there with 28.8.
Very early in the race. As you just gave me the idea to add what lap they set that fastest lap on. I think I'm going to add that to the sticker.
Getting ideas already as Kai goes into the wall, and here comes Robloxian onto the inside. Dino and Napa fighting.
Kai in the wall. Kai in the wall.
Oh, that! No. It's not going to...
And Ford's just going to pass them all on the bottom because they just all bounced off the wall and started blocking each other.
Yeah, when someone goes in the wall in front of you, it's so hard to get the car to rotate down and avoid them. Like, even if you're out of the gas, I mean, it's just so tight. I think Ford would like to get back up to the top here. I don't think he's going to be able to make much more progress down there.
Kind of doing what he can to stay with Kai there. Obviously, got much fresher tires. Racing the Highline is just so advantageous. Even way fresher tires, nothing much Ford can do. Finally, he's clear.
Yeah, I think maybe I overcooked it in the middle of the corner there and had to give up some on the exit, so Ford was able to slip on by. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Ford in the lead maybe next couple laps here.
Remember, Ford is a lap down. So when he passes Robloxian or Dino, he gets his lap back.
Ford has pit. Should be on that
That's
fifth
right,
set
so
of tires here.
So this would be, I guess, the net lead after the cycle, if we go green, you know, which probably won't happen.
Ford's gonna roll.
Here he
top
comes.
Here. Watch this. Watch this. Big speed for
So
Ford.
Robloxian,
Tires.
yeah, Robloxian very nice, giving him the space up there. And he'll have it done.
And there we go. Nope, never mind. Not yet. Wait.
There we are.
It's like with the boost in Indy qualifying. Like you wait for the moment till he passes, and then you do it. It's just satisfying.
Oh, so what lap are we expecting Robloxian, Dino, Kai, and Napa? You know, some of these guys that are a little bit different schedule than a Ford.
So on that 5 stopper, you'd be expecting to pit this lap. 117 is the target lap. And then one more stop on 146. So I'd expect pit stops very soon. I think if you're gonna make it to the end, you have to extend this to probably... Probably into the 130.
Wow.
Probably
That's a lot of laps.
Probably between 135 and
Yeah, I don't think.
I don't think anybody's making it that far. But I saw an insane stint from Ford earlier. Maybe somebody we haven't been thinking about has just kept it insanely clean. And at the end, there'll be a pit stop ahead.
Yeah, maybe so. On this schedule with Ford, I guess the next guy behind him is Kimi, and he's got a nice gap to Kimi. Kimi's still got to go through that traffic that Ford just made it through.
Yeah.
So Ford nicely in control with his strategy.
Obviously, right now, if a caution comes out, Kimi would get his lap back, but he would be cycled to the back of the field, whereas Ford would get to go back around. Oh, Dino in the wall right there. Roblox, he gets through to the lead here. Kai and Kimi catching up here. Kimi obviously already pit, trying to get that lap back.
Oh, again. Into the wall, Dino goes.
See what Kimi does here on fresh tires, because does he want to send it? He's kind of backing up the entry to get a nice exit on Kai.
Oh, let's watch this.
Way low, Kimi goes.
I mean, it worked.
Yeah, that was nice. That was a quick way of sifting through the slower traffic there for Kimi. That's exactly what you wanted if you were him.
Loxian kind of, opened the door for him and waved his hand through for Kimi.
Oh, a big
huge! That's a huge hit in the tri-oval between Robloxian and Kai.
Oh, the serious note. That was the weird. It was a bump. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, how does that work?
We've seen them hit the bump kind of coming up off of the apron in this little kink there at the line. I wonder if that happened.
Yep, there it is. Look, no resets counted for Robloxian and Kai, but a caution has came out, and that might shake up things.
So this is, well, we almost saw the scenario you were laying out, Dave, about, Kimi being a lap down before being on the lead lap, but Kimi did get on the lead lap right before that happened. Yeah, so we'll see where they cycle through now. That's not great for the guys that were on a different strategy than a Ford and a Kimmy, because now they still need to go take their pit, and Kimmy and Ford are right there on the back.
Pull up a replay here very quickly of that incident.
Hard hit. That area too.
I'm looking right here through 4, watching Kimmy. They were tight on the exit, and then the camera's going to go away for just a second. Oh, yeah, Robloxy was sliding.
I can't see it, but was it on that apron? Was someone on the
Yeah,
apron?
yeah,
Yeah.
Robloxy on the apron hit the bump. You couldn't see the full thing from my angle, but you can see once they make contact, Robloxy is already sliding. So Robloxy was already spinning out from the bump, and Kai, an unfortunate bystander there.
So if I'm right, guys, on the strategy, what we see is, well, okay, so Ford is going to the lead right now. Or no, he's just passing on the lap cars. All right, so Ford and Kimmy presumably are going to go past all these lap cars. They're right on the back of these guys that were on a different strategy. And I think everybody has to just take one more stop, but Ford and Kimmy have so much fresher tires. I think that's the scenario we're looking at.
They're trying to get that figured out here. So there we go. Now, it's my understanding that Robloxy and Kai still have to go to the back of the field. Maybe that's not the case. I thought calls of yellow always went to the back, even if incident was not counted or incident responsibility, still would work to the back of the field there behind the lap cars.
But I guess not. We'll see green this time.
Well, the complexion of the race is definitely in Ford and Kimmy's favor now, I think. But you still got cars in front of you, and we still have the, you know, the possibility of people blowing tires and more cautions coming out, and, you know, all sorts of things happening. So you can never count on it just going green from where we are.
Yep, we're going to be coming up to about 50 laps to go here in a couple laps. Coming to 51 to go. This time, we're going to see the green flag. It'll be Dino leading them. The different strategies converging here as we get close to the money stop of the race. Green flag is out once again from Chicagoland. Dino leads as we see 51 laps to go.
Oh, what happened here?
Look at Ford rolling the middle of the corner there on the top.
Wow.
He's going to have a run on the outside of PC.
Oh, but Kimmy pushes PC. That makes it difficult for Ford. In fact, PC got such a big launch. He's going to the inside of Napa.
But look at Ford.
Kimmy's following Ford through.
And now he's going to get through Dino as well for the lead.
We're 4 wide behind right there. Kimmy trying to follow Ford through, but Ford with a great move to the lead as we see 2 cars behind Pitt. That's Robloxian and Kai.
Oh, Kimmy's got to get through this quick. He's got to get through.
He's doing it.
Oh, right into the back. Napa,
put damage.
Caution out once again, and for Kai and Robloxian, that's kind of amazing.
So Flix has got it locked down. He's got no damage. Napa had the rear end just disconnected from the car on that little spin, little 180 he was doing with Flix.
Yep.
That was just bad place, bad time, 4 wide, and it messed him up.
Napa on that last car now. As I was gonna say, it's starting to look pretty simple for Kai and Robloxian. I think they have one more set. I'm not sure about that, but I think they have one more set, and they are just gonna have one more stop. And they just have better tires than everybody else. Everybody has to do one more stop, and they just have better tires.
Because they pit right there?
Yeah, they were in the pits and the yellow came out. So it's basically a free pit stop, and now same strategy as everybody, they just are better.
So basically, we've got 3, I guess, tiers of life for every single one of these guys. If you're Ford and Kimmy, you have fresher tires than, you know, Dino, I guess maybe Deuce and System. Alex is not really a factor. I'm not sure. But then you also have the guys that just pit Robloxian and Kai, who are even fresher than Ford and Kimmy. But I guess they're all trying to pit at least one more time, maybe in the 130s to 40s.
Yep, I expect to see 135 to 140 is kind of the longest I would make that last stint. Usually you want to shorten up that last stint a little bit, have really fresh tires for the end. You don't want to be struggling at the end of this race. But we just gotta wait and see. Green flag is back out. I think the original calculation everyone ran was lap 146 to the end is kind of, if you section the race off into 6 equal stints, 146 in the target lap. Robloxian on the apron back there, trying to use those new tires. Kai's going to switch back. You see the new tires working immediately. They've already passed 3 cars. Napa with a blown tire back there. Napa has a blown tire.
Can he make it back? I think he can make it to the pits.
Yes, he can. There's
Dino into the pits, PC into the pits. Napa
So
into the
maybe
pits.
that's a big stretch for them for his last stint.
Yeah, you mentioned that, Marcus. Kimmy's starting to close into the back and forward here. Got good pace. Dim is right there as well.
Oh.
Kimmy with the
There we
later
go.
apex. Look at this from Kimmy, the 17 car. They're going crazy behind, but Kimmy's going crazy for the lead. Oh, there's a car inside. That's Kai and Robloxian.
I don't think Kai's going to be able to...
What a save!
That's amazing from Kai.
He was sideways, and Kimmy takes the lead, and he's starting to pull just a little bit, but Ford had that better exit.
That's so amazing for Kai, but he's lost so much ground, and he was one of the guys that were on the freshest tires. So that's so much ground to make up now if you're Kai.
Oh, he's got good pace. He's going to have to use that fresh rubber. Stay out of the wall. Be consistent. But Kimmy's got pace up front. He's pulling away.
Yeah, he found something with that little bit of a late apex to pull the move on Ford. It worked to a treat for him.
Tim's looking for a spot here against Ford. He's to the outside of the 20 car. That's kind of the one thing you don't want to do. You do not want to let a car to your outside unless you go to the pits. I guess it doesn't matter. That's still really early.
Great entry for Ford. That was nice and clean. If it went green, though, this is a huge undercut on Kimmy.
It is, but I don't know if Ford can make it to the end. I mean, that's a long stint. 44 laps for Ford.
Well, he could do it if he stays clean, but you worry about being tracked down by Kimmy, who loves to do the chasing at the end of the race.
Robloxian on his fresh tires, clear of flicks. He's moved up into P3. Kai is trying to come back and make more progress.
Ford's going to kind of come in the middle of a lot of traffic, I think. You know, that's not going to help him.
System into the pits here. I wonder if guys just have to pit. Gets toward the outside. He blows by. Look at the fresh tire advantage for Ford against compared to Deuce right here.
Yeah, with this kind of stint that you're trying to pull off with Ford, I might keep my eye on him, at least just me individually, to make sure he doesn't hit the wall. But you know, if he doesn't, even if he doesn't hit the wall, the undercut I think is going to be powerful. But Kimmy's going to have so much fresher tires and a much more manageable stint at the end. Robloxian definitely not out of it either. He's still working with the fresh tires. You know, he was the other one that pit with Kai, and he didn't have that mishap that almost took him out.
Have Deuce into the pits now. That's Deuce from 6th into the pits. As here comes Robloxian, looking for P2 to the inside of Dim. He's got more speed, the momentum to the inside of the tri-oval, and he's got that spot. P2 belongs to Robloxian here.
Let's see how quick he can catch up to Kimmy, because we're kind of seeing that that better tier of tire life converge on the what Kimmy and Ford were working with. So we're seeing it all come together here. Ford's going to get around Flicks behind these guys pretty convincingly, so he's not really being slowed down all that much. You know, as we get spaced out here, I think the only possible caution is someone blowing one of these tires in the corner.
Yeah.
Which still, you know, still could happen. But a lot of these tire blows we see are kind of on the straight, and they sort of just limp it back to the pits, no problem. Oh, Kim, no, Ford is lagging. He has to be lagging. He's in the grass in the infield. He's back on the track. That could have been disastrous.
I messed him up though, big
so
time.
much. He's gonna have to clear all this traffic again.
And they're not being easy right now.
Yeah, that's not great, because now you're dealing with a long stint, and the undercut is not looking as good.
Was that disaster for the 20 car? Ford survived the lag, but did it ruin the strategy? Gonna try to work past this traffic again here.
Yeah, I guess maybe one of the saving graces and all that is that he never hit the wall, so still is pretty consistent. If Robloxian starts to get up here to Kimmy and start fighting him, that could be a good loss of time that helps Ford, but we haven't seen it yet. You know, I'm not sure Robloxian has the. I'm not sure he has the pace that Kimmy does, but he has the rubber.
He's extended since lap 111, so we're getting close to that mark of where you'd expect to see him come in. This right here is 29 laps in. From here to the end, it's another 35 laps. So I'd say in the next 2 to 3 laps, you'd expect to see the likes of Kimmy, Dim, Flicks. Those three are the ones to watch to come into the pits again. Still stuck in this traffic. He's going pretty wide up the middle here.
As long as Ford is still stuck battling Dino and Kai and eventually Dim, and Kimmy is not having to deal with Robloxian, this is looking really good for Kimmy.
Ford clears them, by the way, so now it's just that. Dim.
Kimmy going to bringing it in here. Kimmy's going into the pits right here.
Great call.
And he's got 35 laps in this last stint. 34.
Robloxian was nipping at his heels. I think he brought it down the right time.
I think that's right. We've seen 35 laps done before. I feel really good about that call with Kimmy.
But anything can happen.
He's gonna go on to his last tire set here, I believe.
We'll see what sort of undercut Ford was able to pull off here despite all the traffic.
We're getting by Dim here. As there he goes.
It's a big man.
Ford out ahead of Kimmy.
It's not as big as I would have liked to have seen if you were Ford, given how much earlier he pit.
I mean, Ford pit by lap 129 or so, was it?
And Robloxian's not out of it either. You know, it depends on how far Robloxian extends this.
Dim into the wall.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Robloxian has another set of tires or not. We're getting to that. We're getting to that part of the race where I'm. It's hard to keep track of who has one set left and who's already on their last set. Remember, Robloxian was kind of off strategy there. He pit with Kai on lap 126, just kind of right in the middle of two normal spots to pit. Outside of Dim here. I think he got scared and kind of backed out of it.
I'd be scared if I ran on the outside with worn out tire Dim.
Yeah, me too. But he's through on the bottom here. Fresh tires is so elite. He's past us. We got Flicks into the pits as well here.
Just Dim now.
Side by side action back there. That was between Napa and PC. Fighting for P8 on track right now.
It's Dim.
Napa
Dim coming in now.
That's going to leave just Robloxian and Kai.
if you're right about Robloxian may already being on his last set, he may be the caution that comes out if he blows something here in the middle of a corner.
Yeah, I mean, gotta make it 50 laps if he doesn't have another set. If he does have another set, I'd expect to see Robloxian Akai coming in about 4 laps time here. Ford about to get his lap back here.
Is Alex gonna make it all the way here?
No, he's done. He's done. He said he's done. And in a radio message, he said he doesn't even know why he's in cup tire wear kills him. He can't win. So yep, Alex is out of the race. The first one to fall from that tire strategy.
Wow.
The tire wear.
Yeah, I saw it come up on the ticker that he was in the pit, and I thought, wait a second, he was one of the earliest pitters. There's no way he's coming up to another set here.
Yeah, we just passed the original target lap for 6 stints. Alex would have been looking for a 7th stint right there. Cars were only given 6 sets of tires for the entire race, so he's done.
We're on to go mark now.
The race gets a little bit more predictable if you're Kimi, and if you're Ford, you've got another guy that could have blown a tire come down and DNF. So it's, you know, everything is pretty stable right now. But again,
Yeah.
Robloxian is kind of a wild card because we don't really know what he's dealing with at the moment.
But they're running in third. He's got that lap back. So right now 3 cars on the lead lap. But the ones to watch right now are Robloxian and Kai, and also Kimi's got a clear Dyno. Dyno's kind of on a similar strategy. Dyno is ahead of Kimi on track. So that's another car who's got to pass for position, but Dyno had a rough run right there. Kimi's going to be closing up here in a couple laps. On the bottom of Kai here. Oh, Robloxian slow on the apron. That's backing these 2 cars up.
Kimi's gonna take advantage of that, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if Kai's going to have anywhere to go here.
Here it is. Backed up.
Right in the middle there?
No.
He's getting a late apex. Watch him focus on the exit. He's got to focus on the exit. Here comes Kimi.
Oh, but that push from Kai definitely helped Robloxian get out to the lead.
Yeah, but I think that's as good as you could have handled it from Kimi. He made a pass on track position on Dyno. He's moved up into 4th, and he's trying to get that lap back against Robloxian and Kai right here. Stuck on the bottom though. This is Robloxian and Kai fighting for the lead while Kimi tries to get a lap back.
Forward to the wall system slowed him up.
I was gonna say.
Oh, Robloxian in the pits. And does Robloxian have tires, or is this a DNF?
If he's got tires, he's still in the race. He's still a contender for the win.
We'll find out here.
That'll give us a hint as to what Kai is dealing with. Will Kai come in anytime soon?
We're all silent. Robloxian goes to the second to last stall for us to find out if he actually got any more tires.
Is that Ford into the pits?
Now. Oh yeah, it is.
Whoa, Ford into the
So
pits, and that might be done for Ford. I think Kimi's going to the end here. So Ford cannot make it to the end. I think Kimi can, and all of a sudden, Kimi is at firm control of this race. Robloxian is out way behind. Robloxian is out not as far behind as I thought he would be, though. Robloxian's going to have really fresh tires to try to run this down.
I was going to say, you know, Robloxian, he was catching Kimi right when Kimi pit, and that was the converging of those 2 strategies, and Robloxian not dealing with the traffic that Kimi was dealing with, then came down into the pits with fresher tires. I think he's
really
got a real
slow
shot
here. Oh gosh.
You know, I wonder if Ford, having been in the wall, decided he'd try to flip the strategy on Kimi and become the chaser after he was, you know, has some tire life taken away from him.
PC gets a drive-through penalty for speeding. Dyno's into the pits right here again, so Dyno also can't make it. Guys, I'm pretty sure Kimi's going to the end right here. He's been keeping it pretty clean this stint.
This would be amazing if Ford could catch him up.
Well, Ford's a lap down behind him.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying it'd be incredible. I mean, I think that's what was going on with Ford. He decided to flip from being chased to being the chaser once he was in the wall from system. I think it was. It's a tall ask.
But Kimmy's not going to pit again. Ford is like no chance.
I don't know if he does or not. I'm not confused about the strategy. I know he has to go around another lap, but I think that Ford made that decision after he was in the wall.
Into the pits right here. That's BC with a flat tire. All very nearly the caution we've been talking about.
And if you did have the caution come out now, Ford is in the driver's seat for the win.
Yeah, throw Dyno in there too. Dyno pit after Ford. He would have fresher tires than Ford. Kai's still staying out there. He just hit the wall. I think the battle for the win is between Robloxian and Kimmy, barring a caution. Look at this Kai coming to the pits. Is it right here? He's going to the bottom.
Yeah, he's slow. Wait.
Yep,
Yeah,
into the pits for Kai.
Maybe if you're Roblox and you kind of count on Ford slowing up Kimmy a little bit.
Robloxian smacked him with it.
Yeah, I saw that as I was turning.
I was watching
back to look
Kimmy.
from Ford.
Yeah, that was.
Well, if you're Kimmy, all you got to do is just be calm, not hit the wall. You know, not get caught in any traffic, any lap traffic, or
Yeah. Well, now that
anything like that.
now that Kai's pit, we actually get a delta, and it's 4.5 seconds from Kimmy back to Robloxian, with Ford in between them.
Yeah, Ford just went in the wall there, so. Yeah, it's tough to say. I still think Ford may have only made the decision because he was walled, and maybe he just lost way too much life from that incident that we saw.
Yeah. I don't know. It would have been tough to make it from the start. I think maybe he needed a perfect stint to even have a chance. So once he got walled, like you said, it's just no way. That gap extended to 4.7 seconds that time between Kimmy and Robloxian. But Ford before that last pit stop had pit, close to lap 130, which would have been a 45 lap stint. So I mentioned it when he pit. I think he'd have to pit again.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that he was content with just trying to hold off Kimmy on fresh tires with the strategy decision he made. But once you set yourself into that scenario, any sort of, scuffle that happens with another car is going to turn into a damage limitation race, which I think is what's happened for him. Because, the alternative would have been to, blow a tire at the end or have to take a way later pit stop and then be completely out of it.
Just a blow tire coming into pit road now. Oh no, never mind. Wait, what? Don't listen to me. But he's in pits.
That was system said?
Yeah, system's in.
Okay. And Kimmy's got great pace on low tires. He's like kind of holding station with Ford. He's slowly eking out a gap from Robloxian, now 4.85 seconds.
Yeah, but you never know what'll go on in these freaking races, dude. You never know if someone's gonna get lagged, smack the wall, or blow a tire or something. I mean, that's what happened Thursday night in the trucks, dude. It looked like Bubble had it together. It looked like I was so frustrated about it. It looked like I had a P3 locked up, and then all of a sudden Beast smacks the wall and brings out an overtime scenario where everyone is just losing their minds. So it sucks, but it could happen to Kimmy right here. So we don't have a guarantee on this victory yet.
I was pretty frustrated with that for your Phoenix Trucks race too.
Luckily for Bubble, he still ended up winning that race, so good on him. I'm glad he won that. You know, just as a side note, he had an incredible pace. No one could touch him at Phoenix. It was insane. But still, bro, I really wanted to come out with a P3. That was so terrible.
Yeah.
I don't remember who was on the inside of Kimmy, but someone decided to send him, and then it got into me. And as you saw, Marcus, I think you were commentating and streaming this whole thing.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
with
I've got a wonderful clip of it. It was awesome. I was right behind it, and I watched Chance full send onto the apron, like down into Kimmy. 9 to go. 9 to go. We may be exercising the nuclear option here of Lightning McQueen being slow.
And also, Lightning McQueen has some storm with Ford, so we might see something happen here, potentially.
Hit the wall on entry right there. Oh, slows him up. Slows him up right there on the exit at 2.
I think we should give Ford his lap back here and make this interesting.
I think race control should up the draft.
There it is.
Yeah, we should turn into 200% draft here, 0 dirty air.
Slow down Ford a little bit, but not enough.
Or maybe even set grab Kimmy.
If I'm Kimmy and I keep pulling away from a boxing on the way, it's over 5 seconds now.
Hey, where's that hacker from last week? Can we do some set grabbing here?
As Kai is closing back up to the back row boxing here. Battle for P2. Kai pit later. He's doing the overcut, the tire delta. But boxing kind of semi-defensive there. That's really interesting considering the outside lane is insane. Now Kai to the outside right here.
We don't know if Kimmy can make it to the end. It's looking like a 2 to go or final lap blow for Kimmy.
Yep, we know. I'm keeping up with it.
We're gonna figure this out then. Well,
damn it! System is trash! Caution out! System sucks!
What did he do? I've never heard a commentator so up in arms about the driver having a skill issue. What did he do to get aged?
I mean, to be fair, and that's Roblox steered into the wall! Oh no, never mind, no damage. It looked like you got something when you went into the wall. That was scary.
Well. Kimmy, he just had the lead, really the win he's had taken away from him. I mean, I know it was going to come down pretty close to him, pretty close to the end with the tire life and everything, but I thought maybe he still could have made it. But now it's basically
running
impossible.
so clean. And what a gorgeous dent.
It's basically impossible now because, Kimmy, if he has to come down to the pits for tire life, it's not even a question anyway. But if he extends, Ford is on the lead lap with fresher tires. So Ford is supposed to win this race now.
It says a blown tire. Don't forget, Dyno has fresher tires than Ford.
Oh really? I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, Dyno
does he?
Yes, Dyno pit after Ford that last time.
Wow. I thought Ford was kind of the outlier there, but in any case, you've got a stampede behind you on fresh rubber if you're Kimmy, and if you come down to the pits, you cut your losses, but if you try to stay out and extend like you were, then you're a sitting duck, so it's basically out of his hands now.
A lot's gonna happen now.
So what did you see from was it System? What did you see?
I just saw sparks and a red beast flying. That's all I don't even know what happened.
On the radio, System very upset with Ford, saying, "You're the reason why this happened to me. I'm not gonna forget this race." So
well, that sounds like maybe he blew a tire in the corner, and maybe he's attributing that to Ford walling him maybe earlier in the race. I mean, do you think so? Maybe he got off schedule because of some scuffle with Ford,
sure.
and then
I'm really not sure, but I'm not mad at system. I'm mad at the yellow, bro, because this racing has been trash when they're grouped together, and that's what it's gonna be.
Let's see what's going on.
I really hate it. It's like it's a repeat of Thursday night, I think, and this time I don't think the guy who was going to win is going to be able to pull it out.
Green flag's out right here. Robloxian immediately goes to the bottom of Kimmy. I don't even know if that's allowed, but I guess so.
Yeah, Kimmy's about to get flushed right here.
Robloxian and Kai on fresher tires, but Kimmy rolls the top with speed. Oh, Napa gets damaged. Caution out. Caution out again. And Ford moved up to P4. Ford moved all the way to P4.
Ford is coming.
And
He is knocking at the door.
Ford and Dino are gonna be there. Napa, that should be a DNF. I remember him rearing into the wall whenever he was spinning with flicks earlier in the race.
Deuce might be out too. I think he went to pit and I think he put on scuffs.
I think
Yeah, so
tires, man.
I don't think he should start. He should keep racing.
Kimmy somehow pulls this together. I would be astounded.
That'd be crazy.
I'm hopeful
Hi.
for him.
And
Kai.
now we're looking at an overtime and more laps for Kimmy on those tires too, though. That's rough for Kimmy. Green this time. We're going green this time with a car at the back with a blown tire.
That's not gonna end well.
I hope he pulls into the pits.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think you should go around and hope for the best, hope for another caution, and then not have the penalty. With
At this point, he may come away with the top 5.
If Deuce limps this thing around and he gets to the pits, and then there's a caution, and he doesn't lose a lap, then that would be incredible.
He's not. No, I do not see it.
And green flag is out here. Kimmy with a much better launch this time. He covers it off from Robloxian.
I want to see it, Deuce. You can do it.
Deuce is still going for it with the flat. Robloxian on a fresher tire. Here comes Ford. Ford has so much more speed than Kimmy. He's going to push Kimmy, though. Robloxian's out and clear in the lead. Dim is on the inside right here.
Dim maybe win this.
Here comes Ford.
It's done for
Kimmy's
Kimmy.
up. Kimmy doesn't really have another shot. But is Dim going to wall Ford? No, Ford is stuck. Oh, Kimmy coming back. Kai in the grass. Final lap out for Robloxian out in front. Can Ford set him up? Ford with the late apex. Watch Ford. Watch the 20 car. He's got the speed. Here he comes, Ford. He's going to cross over Kai.
He might do it. Wait.
He's got 2 more corners. One last chance.
Kai's sending it down the bottom.
Dim is full throttling. Here comes Ford on the exit. Here comes Ford with 3 wide. Ford to the inside. Ford is going to win at Chicagoland. Do not crash after the line. Dim is wrecking after the line. Dim is going to get disqualified. He's going to drop all the way down, just ahead of Beast, I believe.
What a win for Ford, dude. That was
Wow.
incredible, the switchback on the late apex, dude. That was amazing.
After all that, Kimmy did have enough. He brings it home P6, and Deuce brought it home in P9. Only 7 seconds off with a blown tire. Pretty impressive pace there from Deuce at the end.
You know what Kai says? That caution screwed me, dog. From what he says, to be fair, I think he should have waited. He should not have sent it. He shouldn't have done something like that. I mean, it was a last-ditch effort, but I feel like there could have been something more that he could have done to prevent Ford from being able to squeeze into that inside and win.
Yep, I
But
agree. I'm going to take a look at the
that
replay
sucks.
here.
That sucks for Kai.
Watching right here through 1 and 2. Dim missed it. Kai was good to the bottom. Ford crossed over Kai on the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Kai full sends it. Dim full sends it even worse.
Dim was awful and Ford was perfect.
That is back-to-back wins for Ford, guys, after the Martinsville controversy, and now an incredible last move in the corner, or last move in the last corner. That's amazing, dude.
It is amazing. Ford, who is not pictured on the points, he's pretty far back in the points here. Ford 8th in points. He's gonna move up, but I mean he's 400 points behind Kimmy, who brought it home in P7. I mean that's about as. I feel really bad for Kimmy, but he had such an amazing point situation that he's gonna just grow that lead even more. But Ford comes away with the clinical restart, expert racecraft, and wins.
Yeah, he was doing that for most of the race, I think. As soon as someone would telegraph that slide drop, as Kai did right there in 3, he just lets off the throttle and lets them wash up the track and dips from underneath. So that was just a beautiful move, but he had been rehearsing it all race.
Yep, as I think we have the winner up in here for an interview with us. As Marcus, I'll let you interview our race winner, Ford.
Alrighty, Ford. That man, you know, it looked like you didn't have it during that maybe 20 to go stint, but then the caution came out, hope lit up. How do you feel about that win?
Honestly, bro, I just feel great. You know, I don't like to usually, I really don't like to be cocky and stuff and bloat, but that race, they had me tight, bro, a lot of the race, because after the first caution, you know, pulled away 8 seconds, I'm like, yeah, I got this, bro. But then, the rest of the race, just uphill battle, penalties, slow cars putting me in the wall, brain dead people system just all over the place. Yeah, these drivers are just out of control, and honestly, I'm just better than them, and it's just that simple.
Wow.
Honestly, yeah, after that race, you know, I was on, yeah, they had better tires at the end, but, I mean, it doesn't really matter when you're like me, so, yeah. I mean, GG to Kimmy, Kai, you know, Deuce, Robloxian, but, yeah, it was a great race for me. I mean, I personally think I was the fastest car, just after the first caution. I just got such unfortunate stuff happened to me. But yeah, it was a great win, great move on the last lap. You know, I was considering yeah, maybe I'll just drive it around the outside, but then I was like, nah, just let me cut back, bro. I got this.
You definitely were the fastest car. We were up here saying that you showed the speed. Maybe there was one person, and that was Kimmy, maybe even Robloxian, who had the speed to maybe come and catch up to you. Same with Kai, but you were definitely the guy to beat, and you won it though. I did Little Man Agent. You guys got questions for Ford?
I did want to ask, at one point, kind of at the end of the race, it looked like Kimmy was going to be the one chasing you on fresher tires, and then you decided to pit. And it almost looked like you were flipping the game on Kimmy, but it was going to be too much to overcome. I figured maybe you had been walled by system and had a lot of tire wear that just made your, long stint at the end impossible. So you just had to cut your losses and come down to the pits. But what happened there?
Yeah, so system, there was one point in the race where I walled them, because after I had gone walled the first time, my tires had been way worse. I didn't really know how it would be going to the corners, so I walled them a little bit, and from that point forward, the whole race, every time I got around them, just tried to take me out. So it was really just ridiculous. But, yeah, I tried to pit with Robloxian to try and, because I had a better tire situation for most of the field, most of the race, and I tried to get on the same strategy, but then Kimmy was trying to stay out to the end, so that really messed things up for me. But after that caution, I knew the last 2 restarts, my only plan was just stick it around the top and just drive around everybody, because everybody going to the corner, they don't go into, they leave the top lane open, and every time that's open, it's give me that, I'm taking that.
Alright, I want to thank you guys for the interview with Ford. We're going to just do one more interview here with Kimmy, who brought it home P7. We're probably another one of the stars of the race. Kimmy,
I feel like you had the winning strategy. Did you feel like you were gonna make it there at the end? A lot of nerves, small forward pit. Did you think you had the winning strategy there at the end of the race?
Well, that was just a frustrating. That end of the race was really frustrating, bro. Okay, so about the strategy, I knew Ford had to like pit one more time, but I wanted to make one last gamble, so I pitted with lap 142, and I knew I could make it from there, but it was gonna be really close. So I did a gamble, and everybody else pitted, and I knew I just had to be clean and perfect that entire run. 7 laps to go. I don't know if it was 7 to go or 6 to go. There was a caution, but around that time, caution came out. I was angry. I said,
Yeah.
"No, are you serious? Oh, come on!" Like,
Yeah.
that hurts, man. That hurts really bad, bro.
Yeah. Well, your saving grace is the points. Beast jumped out of his car. He was the only one even close to you in points because Corey had to serve that suspension again. And Beast got disqualified, so you're going to have like a 400-point lead. How do you feel going forward knowing that the championship is firmly in your hand after 7 rounds?
Wait, you said 400 points? That's insane, honestly.
I'm pretty sure it's like ridiculous.
That's ridiculous, but I'm grateful for it. I know about the Beast incident. I don't know if he because we were both entered on the bottom lane, and then like he came up, and then he cleared himself, and then he did jump out this car. But I was honestly surprised that happened, but I'll take it. GG to everybody here, bro. That last lap sent from Formula 1 was like magical. That was majestic, 3 wide across the line. Not across the line, sorry, but 3 wide up before. But that was really good, and I enjoyed that race, even though I got a 7. Yeah.
Yep. I'm surprised. I wanted to say I really want to talk to Bubble. He just posted results, and I wanted to look at that because he has Dim finishing in P4, even though he full throttled the last corner and full throttled into somebody after the line. So we're gonna have an investigation of that. But good job, Kimmy. Your points leader. You come away with P7 after what probably should have been a win. And good luck next week at Kansas.
Thank you very much, man.
I wasn't going to do any more interviews, but I heard Dim in the background getting ready to speak, so I wanted to hear what Dim has to say about the last lap shenanigans.
Well, I really thought it was going to be me, Kimmy, or Biloxi. Me and Kimmy were about on the same strategy. He put in like 3 full laps before me. So it was really close, 10 to go. I kind of thought if Kimmy did well once or something, but he maybe would have blown on the last lap or just not made it at all. And I saw Biloxi was reeling him in, and it was me, Kai, and Biloxi in, and I'm like, if Kimmy blows his tire, this is the fight right here. We're all under it. And, someone running DFL almost throws it into the fence with 6 to go. Still a fighting chance in overtime, even though that brought all the guys with fresh tires back to us on old tires. And that first restart kind of ended quick, so pretty much jumped straight to overtime. I had a great turn 1. Ford said he'd give me a little help on the restart, and then in turn 3, I was just so tight on all tires. I was like scratching and crawling to even compete with those guys on fresh tires that I couldn't even get up and get flush before the lockup. But I was still second coming to the light, and in 1 and 2 I got so tight, like my car completely washed up the track, and I couldn't get a block again. So just the desperation of going to 5 and 2 corners. But yeah, pretty good racing. The tire strategy was definitely something. No.
Any comments about after the line there?
Yeah, I definitely apologize for wrecking there, but I don't really race for points. I don't race enough to race full time for the championship or points. So pretty much, if I don't win a race, like it really doesn't matter to me. So
All
these
right.
last 2 races, Talladega and Chicago.
Alrighty. Those are words from Dim. Marcus, you got any closing thoughts for us before I sign us off?
What? Honestly, a decent race with how the high lane was. It was a one lane race. I think it produced. It gave the strategy was nice.
Yeah.
Very cool to see Kimmy maybe gonna get there at the end, and then for Ford to make that one last pit stop for system walling him a lot and pushing him into the wall. It definitely was a surprise, but not a surprise because he was the fastest. But a great day overall. Amazing finish. Yeah, that's
Awesome.
all that.
Low man, final thoughts?
Well, I guess one bit of criticism about the field, and then one positive thing to end it. The criticism being, it feels like we can never really end a race with something predictable going on because there's such a lack of talent, and then we get wins taken away from consistent drivers because they end up in the jaws of defeat at the end of an overtime session where everyone sends each other. I hate to see that every single time, but on a positive note, we are blessed with a beautiful move from Ford, and he's got back-to-back wins and a lot of confidence in the series, and it's great to see him pull off stuff like that. It's pretty awesome.
I'm in complete agreement with those statements from Lowman. So that is going to end it off for us. I've been your host, HJF, joined up in the booth once again by Lowman and Marcus. Great couple of guys to have up here in the booth with me. And what a race! What a great night of racing! So that's going to conclude our coverage for the 7th round of Season 5 of the Bubbles Cup Championship here in Chicagoland. As always, this coverage is brought to you by Builderbrain, the cutting-edge AI study tool. Head over to builderbrain.ai to ace your classes and win back your weekend. And then make sure to tune in next Saturday at 10:15 p.m. Eastern for the 8th race of this championship at Kansas. Also, tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we've got Bump Day. And then at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time, we are going to have Pole Day for the Bubble 325. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the Bubble 325 coming up soon. Mark your calendars down. May 23rd is the race. Keep an eye on Bubble Boy 05 YouTube channel. You'll be able to see all of the streams, all of the sessions live there. Also, keep your eyes out. We may see some Bennington streams soon. I'm very excited for that. And that's going to do it for us. So farewell and good night.